The Game Boy was released in 1989, and it single-handedly started the craze of handheld gaming. One of the most popular launch titles for the system was Tetris, but we can't forget about Super Mario Land. Having the ability to take a 2D Mario game on the go was mind-blowing back then. That is, until you turned on the game. Mario Land definitely had mixed opinions. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But it's understandable considering this was Mario's first foray into the handheld scene. Personally, I believe this game is more of a black sheep to the Mario series than Super Mario Sunshine, not only aesthetically, but gameplay-wise as well. Nothing would really indicate Super Mario Land as a traditional Mario if his name wasn't in the title. Sure, traditional elements from the series did make its way in, including power-ups and classic enemies like Goombas, Koopas, and Piranha Plants, but even the story is copy and pasted over, except this time, we meet Princess Daisy for the first time in series history. Of course, she gets kidnapped, and just like Super Mario Bros. 2, Bowser has been fired from his role as the main villain and replaced with Tatanga. Besides these elements, that's pretty much where the similarities end. The most obvious difference is the graphics, which are pretty flat for a Game Boy game. This is not because the system lacks color, it's mainly because of the art style. It lacks detail that later games on the console were able to accomplish, despite the limitations of the hardware. The lack of detailed sprites take away from any charm that the Mario series has. It can be forgiven because this is a launch title, but the new enemy designs amplify the issue. The new baddies introduced are awkward to say the least, and to be honest, a lot of them don't fit with the style of Mario. There are running Easter Island heads, flying towers with faces on them, and weird-looking bees, jumping ladies, and for some reason, Koopas explode now. It's simple and gets the job done, but the simplicity of the art style doesn't mesh well with some of these enemies, since some of them have more dimension to them than others. On top of this, everything is crunched down considerably compared to Mario's home console counterparts. It's jarring when foes that come in on the screen are bigger than Mario. Nothing feels properly proportioned since level layouts are smaller as well. When Mario grabs a super mushroom, he barely grows in size, Goombas and Koopas look way too small, and level assets like blocks should be bigger. I know some are saying, well, it's a handheld console, so of course everything is going to be smaller. And you'd be right, but plenty of Game Boy games don't have this issue, including this game's sequel. The change in style is pretty dramatic for Mario, and gameplay playing differently from other games doesn't help either. The core concept of the game is still the same. Navigate Mario to the end of the level by running and jumping, but the biggest difference is how the game controls. There is a serious lack of momentum compared to the console titles. Mario goes from 0 to 100 instantly with a press of the B button, and in the air, it doesn't feel any better. Mario's aerial speed is inconsistent, or at least it appears to be. A few times I would be able to move at full speed, but sometimes I would barely move an inch. This could just be me pressing the jump button earlier than I should, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to tell. This wouldn't be a Mario game without new power-ups, and there is a grand total of 1. And it sucks. It's the Super Balls, and it's basically a worse Fire Flower. Mario is able to use projectiles that ricochet off ground and walls, but this time it has 2 major flaws. First, the player can only have one ball out at a time, and if it constantly keeps bouncing off the walls, then you're left without a way to defend yourself. However, this power-up doesn't even defend Mario well, let alone make a good offensive weapon either. Mario throws out the ball right in front of him, meaning that unless the enemy is directly in front of him, it will miss 99% of the time. This game is also incredibly short, although I think it's perfect for a launch title on the Game Boy. Its sequel is longer, and so are other Game Boy games, but for Mario's first go on the handheld console, it works. The package as a whole, though, is rough around the edges. The explanation for this title being so different compared to other Mario games is because Miyamoto wasn't producing this one. Instead, it was the creator of the Game Boy, Gunpei Yokoi. However, in this case, different didn't mean better. At least this game is memorable despite the amount of issues that I have with the game. I don't think we'll ever see another 2D Mario game quite like this one. But what do I know? I'm just some random guy on the internet that wanted to review Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more game reviews, and I'll see you next time.